Hi, I'm Christy, and I'm a knitting designer, and I deleted all of my patterns. Let's talk about it. So, I had a whole script for this written up, but I decided to scrap it because I saw on Threads, I think it was yesterday, that there was some talk about this that's related to what I want to talk about, and I thought that maybe I could tie that in a little bit and make this more of a chatty video than a scripted video. So while we talk, I'm going to knit a little bit, and I'm going to be continuing to work on my raven scarf. And it's just a little sneak peek of it. There you go. It is a double knit scarf that is inspired by a book that I read. So why did I delete all of my knitting patterns? Well, deleting is a little bit of a harsh word because really what I did was deactivate them. I still have them, and I intend to sell them again at some point, but I made a critical error, and I don't want to sell a pattern that isn't easy to replicate. So I want to make it so that the patterns that I'm selling are going to be the best for the person who gets them as they can be. So I grew up and learned crochet from my mom when I was probably in elementary school. So I was a crocheter first before I started knitting. And I started knitting in college when I realized that crochet was hurting my wrist, my right wrist, more than anything else. And I was also in school for a music degree at the time. So having my wrists hurt when playing a wind instrument, not ideal. So I decided to switch my hobby instead of getting rid of it, to switch it to knitting in order to more evenly distribute the stress between both wrists. And for what it's worth, that totally worked. But I taught myself from a book. No one in my life was knitting at the time, and I still have very few family members who knit. The only people that I know who knit are um, one family member and friends. So I taught myself, and I made the beginnerest of beginner mistakes, which is that I twisted my stitches. And you may or may not have seen the discourse about a certain creator who has been teaching and twisting her stitches and not acknowledging that. And there's been a lot of backlash. Now, I am not intending my channel to be a drama focused channel, and I don't want to get into who said this and who said what and what the whole situation is. I love watching those videos, but that's not me. So I just want to tell you how that relates to me. But before I do that, I will give you a little bit of background in case you haven't seen this discourse, which is that this creator uh, is selling educational courses or videos, something to that effect, on how to knit. And all of her projects, their projects, I don't know their pronouns, have twisted stitches. Now, if you don't know, if you're not a knitter or if you're a new knitter, twisted stitch is usually your stitch looks like a little loop, like an upside down U, and it is meant to continue being open so the legs of the stitch touch, but they don't cross. If your legs cross, that's a twisted stitch. And a lot of people do that intentionally for ribbing or for a particular look. and I will hopefully insert somewhere in here what that looks like. Maybe even some footage of what my work looks like twisted and not twisted. And I only knew that I was doing that when I put my work online. And the reason that this is problematic for the person that I saw on Threads and for me is because it changes your work. It changes your tension. It changes how big things come out at the end. And it can make things look really beautiful, but it can also make things look really stiff and just not the way that they're supposed to come out based on what the designer intended. So I knew when I discovered that it was going to be difficult for people to follow my patterns and get what they wanted from the picture. I think that's my message with this video, is just that big mistakes or small mistakes shouldn't prevent you from doing the things that you love. Now, if you've seen any of the designs on screen that I have hopefully in post put up here that you like, let me know, because I want to reknit my old designs and re-release them without the twisted stitches. But there are quite a few, and I want to work on the ones that you want, the ones that are the most desirable. I think my bear one is probably a go-to one. That one is certainly was the most popular. But I also hope that you will look forward to other things. Sorry if I hit my mic. That I look forward to designing, because I want to design new things. Especially lately, I've been really inspired by the books that I've been reading. We've got this one that was inspired by The Raven Scholar. My next design that I have been working on was inspired by a book called Honeysuckle. If you are looking forward to any of those designs, please follow me here or on Instagram or Ravelry or Etsy. I'm hoping that this one, the Raven Scarf, will have its test knitter call in a month or two, I hope. And I'd like to get it released by like September or October, just because I think it would be a good like fall Halloween-y kind of pattern to knit. And then the honeysuckle pattern will probably not be ready before then, so we'll see when that happens. But if you liked this video and you want to see more, give it a thumbs up, maybe give a comment, help the algorithm find me. And if you are a beginner and you're seeing this kind of discourse and you're concerned about twisting your stitches, and it's okay. It is okay to make beginner mistakes in anything. Maybe not in like surgery, but we all have to start somewhere. And whether you're new to knitting things or new to designing things, mistakes happen. And I think that they help us grow and learn and become better knitters, better designers, better people. Have a lovely day. Bye.